That's next, but first time for a number 2 story. Countdown's worst persons in the world. The Browns comedian Rush Limbaugh, after his delusion of grandeur experience called Operation Chaos, designed to keep Senator Clinton in the race and try to get her the Democratic nomination because she'd be easier for the Republicans to beat, resulted last night in her wholesale defeat in North Carolina and too close for comfort 2-point win in Indiana that knocked her out of the Democratic race. Comedian did what you'd expect him to do. He declared that he intended for this to turn out this way because, quote, "I now believe Barack Obama would be the weakest of the Democrat nominees." Why don't you just start preparing your November 5th show now so you can fine-tune your excuse that your plan all along was to make sure John McCain was defeated so that the Republicans can regroup and find a really good candidate for 2012 like comedian Rush Limbaugh. Our runner-up, officials at the Pasco County School District in Florida, substitute teacher Jim Paculis has been fired after something he did in front of students at Rush Middle School in the city of Land O'Lakes. He did a magic trick in which he made a toothpick disappear. Then he got an urgent summons to a meeting at which the principal accused the teacher of, quote, wizardry. "He turned me into a newt. I got better." Now, most of Florida is in the Eastern time zone, but apparently Land O'Lakes is one of those pockets that uses its own clock. Their time zone is apparently Middle Ages. But our winners, E.D. Hill and Fixed Noise, the day after the most dramatic developments in the Democratic presidential race, as the humanitarian crisis continues to worsen in Myanmar. On Israel's 60th birthday, her big scoop this afternoon, a Texas woman who has enlarged her bust size to 34 FFF. 5 minutes on some poor fool who's had 7 separate breast augmentation surgeries, some of them in Brazil. Ms. Hill illustrated the amount of silicone in use by holding up 2 large containers of milk. Then her expert on the topic was the author of a book called The Hot Latin Diet. And the craziest thing was, this woman on whom they wasted all this time, she isn't even an anchor on Fox's Business Channel. E.D. Hill and Fox Noise, today's worst persons in the world.